guys, we are here for another edition of In the Flow. I know you see these wonderful people around me and you're wondering, what are we doing here today in Dallas? I'm talking to Dwight Eubanks. How you doing, Dwight?
You said we were wonderful, so it has to be true. I'm doing wonderful.
It is true. We've got Mr. Jonathan of Frazari Hair Care Products. And Miss Cheryl, how you doing?
How are you?
I am fine. So tell me this, what brings you to Dallas this weekend, Dwight?
You, fashion and beauty.
Hey, I love it.
And Frazari.
And Frazari. Tell me more about what Frazari is.
Frazari is the ultimate one product that is missing in the industry of hair. There are so many things that's on the market today, but we needed something to pull it in together, something that was really formulated by Jonathan, something really simple, but functional and works. It's a product that closes the cuticle. And I don't want to get too technical for the layman person, but the bottom line is we want beautiful, healthy hair.
Well, I will get technical for the layman person. If Dwight has anything to do with it, then we know it's going to lay your hair
out.
Do you hear me?
Down.
So that
it's
is
the
awesome.
truth. It's nothing but the Holy Ghost.
I love it. Okay, and so there is a fashion show going on this weekend. It's coming up. Tell me about that. What can we see here?
Well, Legends of Fashion is about the fashion industry and the legends and contributions that has been made in the industry. This came about last year. This is the launching of the Legend of Fashion tour in Dallas. And we came up with this idea of honoring and highlighting people that are not so much mainstream in the industry of beauty and fashion, but to educate the consumer about who these people are. There are people that look like you and I that make everything that we wear, whether it's your pantyhose, your undergarments, fashion, earrings, shoes. There's somebody that's making it like us, but we don't have that platform to highlight our talents and our gifts.
Okay. So tell me this, Jonathan, Cheryl, how did you guys get involved with Dwight?
A porn site. Just kidding.
Leave it to Dwight.
Jonathan and I have been on tour this past summer, and we met Dwight in Las Vegas this past summer when we were there. And so that's how we ended up marrying our relationship in on this. Yeah.
So then we know that Frazari is definitely in your salon.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. You know, and I use it. We use it. I've introduced it to my team, and I just put it back there and let them test it out. I didn't give them any direction. I just said, try it. And the feedback that I got instantly was what I thought it would be. And they loved it. It really works. You know, I'm not just saying this because these are my friends and my new family, but it's a product that every consumer can, and it's multicultural.
Okay.
You know, so it does not just work on African American hair.
Is it going to work on my
It's going to lay it
edges?
down. It's going to lay it down.
Okay.
I mean, look at my hair. See
oh, yes, and it is.
There's no gel in it. This is
Can
silky.
I touch it?
Of course.
Yes. Oh, it's so soft.
And my hair hasn't been done in a week.
Oh.
So, and this is after sleeping
He's
on
only
it,
one
if
that
you know
can get
what I
away
mean.
with
But,
that. But really, we need a special show just for me and Dwight to have the kind of conversation Dwight wants to have. That's okay.
But we're going to have it.
We're
going to keep it humble and
make
it mild as much as we can.
As much as we can. So I tell you what, we're going to take a real quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk more to Dwight because, you know, we want to get all in the goods of Real Housewives. You know, we got to bring it up. We're going to talk about it. So y'all keep it live.
What's going down, man? It's your boy Pharaoh, Tattoo Artist Extraordinary, and I work here at the Candy Shop. Our address is 3610 South Cooper Street, so come get your ink game right. We're here in Arlington, Texas. If you got any questions, give us a call. Our telephone number is 817-557-8212. Candy Shop.
Why should you listen to Ty and the Sips?
Well, we have our top 5 lists in entertainment. Ooh, that's a good one.
The latest in sports news and politics.
And don't forget your what the what moment. What the what?
We got a shade tree, but we ain't throwing no shade.
Yeah, right.
Hey, don't you forget about the birthdays. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Hey, it's your birthday. Hey.
I am he, and they are Ty and the Sips.
Coast to Coast Live is a national talent search, hitting 10 cities every single month, looking for the hottest new artists in the country. Check out this performance from an artist at a recent Coast to Coast Live show.
Wake up. Wake up. Yeah. Fatal attraction. If you don't watch her, you can lose her. But why keep her when you don't trust her? Only morons get along with morons. I guess foreigners only riding foreigns. Cause I keep getting pulled over in my old shit from 86. Plus my old chick keep hitting me on some bullshit, talking about some old shit. Meanwhile, the fakers rappers are the ones spitting bullshit on Sundays inside the pulpit. But why do fools?
Get seen, get discovered, get heard. Coast to Coast Live, giving indie artists major opportunities. 10 cities every single month. Sign up now, coasttocoastlive.com.
You guys, and we are back with In the Flow. I'm your girl Montana, and we're sitting here with Dwight Eubanks, Jonathan, and Cheryl. We're talking about Frazari and this wonderful fashion show that is coming up soon. Tell us more about what we can expect to see and what's going to be going on.
You want to go first?
No, you go. Ladies
Well,
first.
on Sunday, we're going to be having an educational product knowledge portion to the show itself in reference to all the knowledge on how to use the product and how to keep the hair healthy, what it does for the professionals and the students as well.
Okay. And so they're going to be live demos. Is it going to be like a hair show?
Well, we're going to do more live demo on different chemical treated services that is actually given in the salon.
Okay.
And, you know, just to us ladies that we beautify in our chemical services. And also how you actually can use it just on the natural hair.
I was going to ask you that.
It's
like
silk.
Okay. So this will work for our ladies that, you know, our natural sisters.
Yes.
We got to
Yes.
have some products while we're protecting our
It
hair.
closes that cuticle down so the hair can have its luster, its healthiness of integrity, and you know, just the shine that the hair is living live on the head as for in a healthy integrity.
Okay, I love it. And so, Jonathan, what gave you the idea to do a hair care line like this?
Well, having been in the industry for so many years, how many years?
I'm just kidding.
I don't know, how many years have you been in, Dwight?
I've been in it for 40 years.
Oh, he said that proudly.
Well, I'm almost up to that. At any rate, we knew there was a problem right from the start, especially for brown women of color, and the chemicals are such high alkaline. There was a problem in correcting the damage and knowing exactly what it was you were doing when you were processing the hair. So what I've done is develop a product in between a shampoo and conditioner that actually corrects and stops breakage in 2 seconds. It will always keep your cuticle down in its natural position, and you can color every day of the week because now you're in control of the hair, not the hair in control of you. Now, one thing, as I've mentioned before, with Mr. Eubanks in Atlanta, we were out there and were invited to Spelman College, Cheryl and I, to speak, and they endowed us with the leading authority in hair health. We spoke from My Ivana Day, which is for women of color. It's an app to know what to do with your style, your entrepreneurship. It was a day of hair health, beauty, and entrepreneurship. So we went out there and really laid it on the line. And one thing I like to include is that the first question I asked was, how many people in the audience in the Cosby Auditorium think their hair is alive? Half of them raised their hands. I said, well, then why doesn't it bleed when you cut it? So that got their attention right away. And that's a misconception people have, that the hair is alive,
the hair is living.
that something mystery
You know why? Because of that Brazilian hair. You know, they tell you, you know, the cuticles got to,
the keratin.
Oh, okay.
No.
Don't get them started.
Leave them out.
Okay. I'll leave that
We
alone.
don't have time for the sermon, but nonetheless, Dwight has come here to do the Legends of Fashion showcase that we're producing because he wanted to meet the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, excuse me, of Dallas.
Of Dallas. Okay.
And so now he's going to tell you a little bit about the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Before he does that, tell us where can we get your products?
Well, that's a good idea. I'm glad you brought that up. You would go to Frizari.com. That's F-R-I-Z-Z-A-R-I, which means fix in Italian. The name of the product is Silly. It's called Stop It and Lock It. It stops the chemical activity, locks the cuticle back down, and also prevents thermal styling from causing further damage and reactivation of residual chemical left in the hair. Okay. So you go to Frizari.com, F-R-I-Z-Z-A-R-I.com. It'll give you highlights of the show that we just had and the shows coming down the road.
Awesome.
And you can also purchase at that website.
Okay, so Cheryl, explain to me what is Silly.
Silly is stop it and lock it, meaning stopping the action of the chemical and bringing the hair back down to its level of normalcy. And one thing it actually does here is shine and natural moisture, bringing it up from within, coming out to the exterior of the cuticle layer of the hair that has now been closed down. So the hair can still look healthy, shiny, and beautiful, especially with the color level that she has naturally.
You know, and most importantly, it's a multicultural, multi-texture product. So it works on all texture to leave that hair healthy, beautiful, and silky. It's silky.
And it just real light and flowing, not heavy, not greasy. It's water-based.
Does it have a smell to it?
Okay. Very clean. Very clean.
I like that.
Yeah.
Clean and so fresh.
Yes.
I love it. You know what? It made me think of something, but I'm gonna leave it alone. You know what you're doing. Anyway, you guys, we'll be right back. Thank you so much.
Why should you listen to Ty and the Sips?
Well, we have our top 5 list in entertainment. Ooh, that's a good one.
The latest in sports news and politics.
And don't forget your what the what moment. What the what?
We got a shade tree, but we ain't throwing no shade.
Yeah, right.
Hey, don't you forget about the birthdays. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Hey, it's your birthday. Hey.
I am he, and they are Ty and the Sips.
What's going down, man? It's your boy Pharaoh, Tattoo Artist Extraordinary, and I work here at the candy shop. Our address is 3610 South Cooper Street, so come get your ink game right. We're here in Arlington, Texas. If you got any questions, give us a call. Our telephone number is 817-557-8212. Candy shop.
Coast to Coast Live is a national talent search, hitting 10 cities every single month, looking for the hottest new artists in the country. Check out this performance from an artist at a recent Coast to Coast Live show.
Wake up. Yeah. Fatal attraction. If you don't watch her, you can lose her, but why keep her when you don't trust her? Only morons get along with morons. I guess foreigners only riding foreigns, cause I keep getting pulled over in my old shit from 86. Plus my old chick keep hitting me on some bullshit, talking about some old shit. Meanwhile, the fakers rappers are the ones spitting bullshit on Sundays inside the pulpit. But why do fools?
Get seen, get discovered, get heard. Coast to Coast Live, giving indie artists major opportunities. 10 cities every single month. Sign up now, coasttocoastlive.com.
All right, you guys, we are back with In the Flow, and I'm sitting here with Dwight Eubanks. You know we have to get into all of the nitty-gritty of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So first and foremost, why are you not on the show now?
You don't really want to know.
I really want to know. I want to know.
Well, you know, everything has a season. You know, we're in the harvest season now of picking pecans. You know, peaches season was over with several months ago, and you know, we're in the heart of the winter, and around here you can't really harvest flowers. So
That sound like some shade. I need to have a bell.
no,
That sound like some
it's
shade.
no shade. It's no shade, pun intended. You know, it served its purpose. You're talking about 8 years. You know, and at some point, in order to change, sometimes you have to change.
Okay.
And it served its purpose. I mean, TV was very new 8 years ago, and I took on this project for one purpose, and that was to advertise and promote my business. My business is hair. You know, I've been in the hair industry literally all of my life. I came out of my mother's womb doing hair.
Okay.
So it was to advertise and to promote my business, which is called The Purple Door. It's been over 26 years. We shot in The Purple Door, but yet they never show me doing hair, and that's what I do. Yeah, I do events. I do interior decorating. You know, I do construction. I do...
what?
See, y'all don't know the real truth. You all just see the pretty side.
Okay.
You know, but there's another side that you don't get to see. But ultimately, I went into this project to promote the hair salon. And then when the network chose not to show that, it had no real purpose.
Well, because Dwight, you came in there, you took over.
I didn't take over. I did what I did.
You have
what
a larger than life attitude.
Don't ask me to come to
personality.
the party if you don't want me to come to the party. Because I'm
Okay.
going to give you me. That's all I know. I can't give you something else that's not me.
Right.
You know, this is how I am all day long, every day. This is how I go to work. I work in a suit and shirt and tie because that's how I was introduced to the industry. I worked in a minority white salon 30-something years ago, and we had to wear a shirt and tie. So therefore, that was my introduction. I never really got into the blue jean things because my mother didn't press jeans.
Okay.
So I only gave you what I knew. And if I knew something else, I would have done something else. So that's how this whole thing started. You know, it's not for the television. It's not for show. This is who I am 24/7.
Now, did you style any of the women on the show? Do you do their hair?
I initially, it goes back to a whole lot that happened before you saw the episode of what you saw. This whole thing came about through a young lady by the name of Carla Miles. Carla Miles was a client, and I was working on a clothing line for her. And I did her hair, and still do, and work with Carla. Carla introduced them to Nene. Carla got saved in the process, and the rest is history. And you know, that's how I got in with Nene and then Sheree. And just helping and giving and loving people is who I am. And when I cannot be who I am, I might as well just turn over and die. I can't be something that you want me to be.
So are you then insinuating that they wanted you to be something different?
Well, I would probably still be on there if I would have been something different.
Okay, like what?
Probably wearing high heel shoes and whatever else. Foolishness.
Because I was going to ask you.
Well, I did wear high heel shoes, but if you go back to the tape, it was for a charity reason.
Right.
That's not who I am. And again,
what's wrong with that, though?
There's nothing wrong with it if that's what you want to do, but I'm not a cartoon character. Okay, I am the truth and the Holy Ghost. I come from 2 generations of ministers, and my father and my grandfather was a minister. My grandmother, who's still living at 94, certain things you just don't do from where I come from.
I got you.
You know, and that is my base of my foundation of my structure, and it would just break my grandmother's heart. And I am her favorite child.
Okay.
And it's still coming from a Pentecostal background. You know, so Pentecostal is a little bit different. It's a little bit extreme. Yeah, you know, I was crazy. I had to go to the therapist. You know, I was possessed because of my lifestyle. Okay. But again, it goes
back. That's what they said you was possessed.
Well, you know, I mean, we're in the South. You know, something is wrong if you like him.
Okay.
You know, I like, you know, you can't have, wait a minute. You can't partake in I can't partake in just one fruit that God has made. Okay. He made several peaches. He made plums. He made bananas and oranges, grapes. I happen to like all of them. You know, just don't put me in a bag. Okay. Just don't put me in a bag and say, just this.
Okay.
You know, I'm a person that I love to travel. and I love to try new things.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for me to live out life in its fullness, I must try all things. That way I know I like it or I don't. I have a choice to say yes or no. But until you have gone down those roads, you don't know.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. With you having so many years in the beauty and fashion industry, were you a little upset that they didn't make you one of the fashion queens?
I'm never going to be a queen.
Oh.
Okay, so that would have never been my title. You know, that's not who I am, you know, and I don't have a problem with those things or those people, but that's not who I am, you know. You know, for Halloween to put on a dress, you know, that would be
Did he say
great.
Halloween?
Well, I mean,
Dwight.
I've done drag before, but it was for Halloween, you know, but that's not who I am. But again, you got to realize my clientele is who I'm servicing. It's a professional woman, you know, so I have to conduct myself in a certain way. And certain things I just can't do, you know. And for those people that do those things, hey, RuPaul is fabulous, you know, but it's kind of like Mr. Bob Whitfield being in drag. Can you imagine that?
No, I can't imagine that.
You're never going to look like a woman.
You are so funny. Tell me this. So, do you keep in touch with any other ladies? Are you and Nene still friends?
Of course, we can always be friends. You know, friends and family fight. You know, and we go different ways. You have different arguments with your mother, but at the end of the day, that's your mother. You know, so I just talked to Phaedra. Phaedra just sent me a text about the tour. Sheree, I see her at events. Lisa Wu, you know, we're still in contact. So yeah, I mean, we're still there. You know, the love is still there, but you know, we just outgrown each other.
Okay, so let me ask you this before we move on and wrap this up. Like, what do you think about this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta with all this Cynthia and Kenya and Nene and?
Well, you know, this is who they are. You know, and I tell people all the time, reality TV is kind of like being hooked on crack and heroin. It's an addiction. And I mean, this is who they are. You can't change the stripes of a zebra, you know. So, but again, it makes good TV. Otherwise, we wouldn't be looking at it. And it's for the networks. It's all about a rating.
Right on.
So the more crazy you can be, the more fabulous you are, the bigger your check is. At the end of the day, it doesn't make sense if you're not making dollars.
Well, that is so true. And speaking of which, okay, you've done Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's old news. They picking pecans, right? Okay. And now you have moved on to greener pastures with Married to Medicine. Tell us about your role on
Married to Medicine. I was working with Lisa Nicole prior to her going on the show, and as a creative director, producing a clothing line for her. And she was chosen to be on Married to Medicine, and that's what you saw last season on me doing the collection and going to New York and developing the line and doing the things that I love. Anything to deal with beauty is down my line of work. Don't give me a computer. Don't ask me to try to work that because that's not what I do. But this is my life. This is who I am. So that's how I worked on Married to Medicine. And Lisa Nicole is a part of the tour. With the clothing line.
Oh, awesome.
So she'll be here as well.
Awesome. So, well, let me ask you this. Are there any cons to doing reality TV? Is there some, like, did you at all wish that maybe I wished I would have never done this?
You know what? These footsteps have already been ordained. So I just have to be obedient and follow my father's footsteps and his direction. This had nothing to do with me, literally. And when you learn to be obedient, you just have to be obedient and do what he says do. It's not about me. And for somehow, you know, hopefully my story would have touched somebody else that has gone through or going through something that I'm going through, to let them know that who you are it's okay to be who you are. Right. Because my father doesn't make any mistakes. He is the truth and the Holy Ghost. So one that does not make mistakes. So how is it that he created me and I'm a mistake? You know, so for somehow, you know, this just really worked out. It's a bigger picture than me. I'm just being obedient and following his footsteps.
I love that. What would your current self tell your younger self 20 years ago or before? More.
Just more of everything. More of everything. You know, and That's the only thing I could say. I would just want more. You know, this is just not enough for me. And that's what life should be about. It's about abundance and following your dream, your passion, whatever it is. If you just like cleaning toilets, that's okay. Just be the best toilet cleaner that you can be, because everybody have gifts and talents. Recognize what your gift and talent is, and that's, if there any message that anybody in youth, young or older person can get from me, that would be it. It's to follow your dream and follow your passion, and let no one tell you otherwise. Awesome. You know, your mother, your father, your preachers, your doctors, it doesn't matter. You are who you are, and love yourself. Then you can love others. And you know, sometimes I go to the grocery store early in the morning, and the person at the register just attitude is just fucked up.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
you know,
Dwight.
Excuse my language, but again, it is. It's the truth. But you ask yourself, okay, this is too early. It's too early in the morning to have this attitude, and why? Because you're miserable. You know, you
I knew I
life.
liked Dwight for
you know,
a reason.
so if that's not what you wanted to do, and that's not what your direction is, get out.
Right.
You know, follow your dream, follow your passion, and you'll be a much better, happier person. I can't live my life for my mother or my father. I have to live my life for me, because life is too short. Most of my friends that are around when I was in the 80s are gone.
Right.
So why am I still here? What makes me so special? Because I am my father's child.
I love it. You know what? I want to tell you this. By far, you have been my best interview.
Well,
because he just brings it, and it's just so real and authentic, and I love that.
Well, you know, it's just that, you know, I'm going to be 55 soon. And this is what I don't work out. Feel it, baby. Feel it. Get it.
I thought he was gonna
feel it. You know, but you know, my thing is that, you know, I've just had an amazing and wonderful life, and if I can just share that with one person to make a difference in somebody else's life, because I'm not saying it's been easy, by no means, but I'm forever grateful for all of the opportunities that the higher power, whatever that power is, have allowed me to be a part of. And if I can just share that with somebody else to make a difference in their life, my work is not in vain. And I can live another 55 years.
Well, thank you for that. Y'all, this smile is real. I'm so loving this man.
Good evening.
Thank you so much.
Good evening and good night.
Okay, tell us how can we keep in touch with you, Dwight?
Facebook, my cell phone number is 678. Purple Door Salon, Dwight Eubanks at Instagram, Facebook, Purple Door, Dwight Eubanks. It's all connected. Just show me some love, and I will show you some love in return, because that's all I have for you. It's nothing but love. Make your haters your motivators.
All right, we love that, you guys.
And by the way,
tell me,
the line is around the block.
For red Purple Door?
For the haters.
Oh, for the
but for those that really, really hate me, I'm going to let you jump in the front of the line so you can get some of this.
What? Just like that. We love it. Thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of In the Flow with me, Montana Mitchum. We are out of here. Thank you.